So, computer, I'm recording on my computer and not my phone. Today is a day where I had to fight. Definitely fight. Hold on. Today was a day where I definitely had to fight to get up this morning, fight to stay awake this morning, fight to just motivation. I didn't have it. Did it. I, I didn't have it. Um, as I said in the video that I put up earlier. So, me and my mom have never. I grew up in a family of addiction. Me and my mom have never had a motherly connection. I was raised by my grandmother, and then after she passed when I was 12, that's a whole story within itself. Not ready to talk about it, but when she passed when I was 12, family to family, 16, and on my own. Um, so I knew I had depression then starting at 12. Um, I had been, I tried therapy as an adult when I became 18. Well, first time I went, I was 19. And yeah, it wasn't doing nothing. It just wasn't, it, I didn't find it to be helpful for me. And at that point, it was just regular talk therapy. So I enrolled in school, got a job. It was supposed to be a part time job. Then it turned out to be a full time job. And then, of course, I would braid hair on the side. I would just do things to keep myself busy. Um, I didn't have kids until I was 30. I had my first child at 30. Found out I was pregnant at 29, had him at 30. So I would go to work, come home. If I had hair to do hair. If not, take a shower, cook for me and my mother, who I said, one point I was a caretaker. So it was a weird, weird, weird dynamic. I have been to teen Al Anon meetings, meetings for children of parents with alcohol addiction. Um, like I said, my family, I come from a family of addiction, so I went to AA meetings, NA meetings, all of that. Um, but um, I would say I was just pretty much from the age of 16, just kind of been doing my own thing. I was known as the family babysitter and whatnot. So, of course, would be watching kids. At some point, it became a problem for my family because they felt like I wasn't living life. And for me, I was fine. Like, I didn't have patience for people then. I'm learning to have it now. I just, I didn't want to be bothered. If I didn't have to be bothered, I didn't want to be bothered. And for me, I felt like that was one of the things that came with the freedom of not having children. Like, I had cousins that had kids at the age of 15. I had cousins that had records at 15. So for me, not being on probation and parole, not having a child, I can go to school, go to school, go to work, come home, do some hair, and if I choose to, after I cook dinner for me and my mother, if I choose to sit and watch Lifetime and binge on ice cream, or binge on Lifetime, or binge on Dr. G Medical Examiner, or whatever it was, it shouldn't have been a problem for anybody, considering the fact that, again, I had no children. I have no children. Like, it was, you're 18, you don't have kids, go out and live your life. And it was like, I had rage issues. I knew that I had issues, and I knew that I just didn't want to be bothered with people. Like, that was that. So, and I'm a Cancer, so, but I do have some stubbornness in me. So it was just one of those things like, yeah, no, whatever. Uh, so I got tired of them saying it to me, so I put the Uno reverse card. Well, fine, if that's the case, then stop bringing your daughter and your grandchildren over. You can bring my sister, but your daughter and your grandchildren, stop bringing them over. You are my aunt. You watch your daughter and them your grandchildren. You watch them. Yeah, no, they didn't like that. My aunt didn't like that at all because she started dropping the kids off and not telling me. She would pull up in the parking lot, just drop the kids off. I wouldn't find out. I would not find out until the kids either walked in the house or one of my neighbors would call me on the phone and tell me like, "Hey, yeah, yeah, aunt just dropped your kids off. Dropped the kids off. Your sister and cousins." Like, and she pulled off. This the type of shit that I. Sorry, this the type of stuff I grew up with. I grew up taking my mother constantly to the ER for alcohol intoxication, and to the point where they couldn't do nothing because she was too drunk, well past the legal limit. It's been several times that my mom has been 4 times the legal limit and should have been legally dead. Like, that's I've been told by doctors my mother should have been legally dead. So, um, and that's not nothing no child should have to bear alone. And you would think that her siblings would want to join in and help, but no, she grown. You know how she is. It just by the time I was 27, I was just done. I was done. I couldn't take it anymore. From 16 to 27, I couldn't take it no more. I had tried to kill myself 12 times. Whoops. I had tried to, you know, 12 times in them years. Um, ooh. So when I had my son and she was running around telling people, my first son, she was doing all types of stuff. She was going to her payee, getting checks and exorbitant amounts and saying that it was for her grandson, and my son not seeing any of it, a penny, not a lick. My sister does not have kids. My sister has fetal alcohol syndrome. She's, she's not gonna have kids. So it was like, what the hell? So when I found out, I called her payee, like, yeah, no, she's lying to you. She does not buy nothing for my son. She does not see my son. We do not see her. We do not communicate with her because she won't slow down with the drinking. So, no. She says it's for my kid, it's a lie. Um, it's just been a lot. And the final straw for me was when she was telling people that we had gotten into a car accident and me and the father of my kids didn't strap Amir in. At this point, it was just Amir. Didn't strap him in, and excuse me, um, he went through the window and was fighting for his life. I'm tired. Sorry, I've been up since 4 in the morning, and it is 8:20. So, um, and in that time, I've cooked breakfast, cleaned my bathroom, cleaned my living room, dining room, breakfast, lunch for my kids, and took my dog out for a walk. So, a lot of movement. Um, so that was the final straw for me. I think Amir might have been maybe about, it was after we came out the shelter. So Amir was probably about 16, 17 months old, 18 at the most. So I had just stopped. I went low, and then low just eventually turned into just no contact. So I had not seen my mother from the time 2014 until 2022. Had not seen her, had not spoke to her, was just focused on Amir during that time. Me and him had another child. So I was just focused on being a parent and trying to navigate these newfound mental health diagnoses and adjusting to medication and adjusting to the fact that even though their father was in the house, he was hands off. So it was just a lot of adjustment going on, and come to find out, he would end up becoming one of my triggers. And I didn't have neither parent, so I was determined to keep lines of communication open so that that side of the family could have connections with my children. The circle that was ran in that time frame was a hot mess, and it people really need to stop using the term, throwing out the term gaslight and narcissist as like that, because I didn't realize. I just thought something was wrong with the man. I thought that he was just. I thought he was probably he smoked too much weed, drinking too much. Like that's what I thought. I ain't think too much else of it. You know, like whatever. Come to find out, this man is on. He's he owns some stuff, and a family member sold him some stuff in my house with my kids, which led to a few my inner. Everybody got an inner mama bear. I don't have that because of everything that I went through and the trauma that I have. It's a rage. So there's a Harley Quinn there instead of a mama bear. It's like a mama bear Harley Quinn, and I don't. You can get it, male, female, chick, child, he, she, it, they, puppy, cat, dog, bird, parrot, crow, rooster, chicken. You can get it. You mess with my child. I'll give you some. I'll give you a warning, and then after that warning, you get a promise, and then after that, I'm on your. I'm on your way. I'm on you. There's no. You are now. You in my peripherals, and I'll punch you in the throat. Like that's. So I am working on those issues. I've controlled them. I've come a very, very long way. Very, 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 very long way. I've been in therapy since my son was one. He is now 13. So I've definitely come a long way with anger management. Uh, One of the main things that I am working on is the anxiety panic component and the complex PTSD component of the mental health. Major massive depression, I've learned to cope with it, and I, yes, I'm rambling, I know. So, my mother was over this weekend, and it's the first time she had spent the night at my house, first time that my kids had spent an extended period of time with her, so it was very just weird because she would we would talk like the most during the time that she was here, the over 24 hours that she was here, I think we probably had about 30 minutes of communication, and the rest of the communication was with my children. It uh, talk about praying to God, silent prayers, because that's what got me through. Silent prayers of strength. Like, I can, and just, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, this is a good thing. She has dementia. It, like, even though I forgave, does not mean the feelings and the emotions have went anywhere. Like, so, dealing with that as well. So, it, this weekend was very overstimulating, and it was draining to say the least, but not in a bad way, just overstimulating, and weird because it's like, how do you. We were estranged. We're trying to reconnect, but it's not conventional. There's no therapist involved. My mom would, she's not going to do therapy. She's 68. She's not doing therapy. Then on top of that, she has alcohol induced dementia. So it, and then her mental and cognitive. So the trauma and the resolution for that, that's a pill that I got to swallow on my own and walk down that healing road and figuring it out and navigating on my own. So, story of my life. Um, but that's what that is. And so, it, like I said, it was very weird to just have to deal with that. And like I said, just nothing bad happened. It was just, like I said, definitely just weird energy. Weird energy for me. Um, because, sorry, I'm adjusting something on my phone. Okay, sorry. Hold on.
Resetting camera.
But it was very weird, and my friend groups, they they have some sort of mother figure in their life. So this situation is not as easy to be like, hey, let me hit my friends up and talk to them. Um, so no, it wasn't. It wasn't like that.
Welcome to your new camera.
So
Please follow the instructions in the user manual.
I just
Download
had
the app
to
and pair your camera.
sit there and suck it up and deal with it. I still have to sit there and suck it up and deal with it. Unfortunately, that's life. So, sorry. One of the cameras in my one of the cameras went offline, but so I had to reset it, and I forgot I had to do it on my phone. But it was just, it was fun. She stayed. We did church. After that, the kids, we did Easter. My mom didn't want to do Easter activities, so we waited until she left. And then me and the kids, we did Easter activities. We painted. The boys did it. I got voted off the island. Yes, yes. I'm outnumbered in my house. I got voted off the island, so the boys wanted to do the whole thing. Um, we It's a whole Easter basket thing. So it's a wooden basket. The boys painted the basket, put decorations on the basket. There was a carrot that came that they could paint. It was 8 or 6 eggs. I believe it was 8. I might be wrong. between 8 to 6 eggs that they could color. It was a carrot that they could color, paint, do whatever, and they did. And my kids have creative touches, so we did that. Um, then I cooked dinner, and then I had to search for lunch boxes because my kids were on spring break. I had to search for lunch boxes. Um, I knew where their backpacks were, but I had to put my son's homework all in there, put it in an organizer, all of that stuff, and then I started to feel the effects of me coming down from overstimulation, from the my mind being over for 24 hours. I am still feeling that. I am drained. I feel my mood is blah, like me, bed, pillow, heating mat. Yep, that is what I would like to do today, but I am telling myself, you got this, girl, push through it. So therefore, oh shoot, I forgot that I was pairing it. Sometimes I think I got ADHD, but I know that I don't. But my brain be everywhere, so um, I'm coming down from that. So it was just like a blah mood. Didn't get, I got sleep, but again, like I said, it was a blah mood, and I didn't, I didn't want to get out of my bed when my alarm went off. I just laid there. I didn't even want to send my kids to school, but as you can clearly see, you don't even know kids. They are at school getting their education. I'm going to write in my journal, do some journaling. Um, I did all the cleaning yesterday. I just picked up yesterday from the kids drawing. Both my sons are into drawing, so they had their sketch pads and markers out. And one of my sons, my youngest, Aiden, is working on a pop bottle character. They're doing the Revolutionary War, and he was assigned Joseph Warren. And for people who are wondering what a pop bottle character is, it is literally what it sounds like. My son was handed, this is the front. He has to paint the face, but a styrofoam ball, tennis container. This is what my son was handed. Part of the requirements was, that's hot glue. Part of the requirements was he had to put something, sand, rocks, pebbles. He had to weigh the container down so that the container would not knock over. So we used rice and granola. I was not about to pay for pebbles. I was looking for pebbles and trying to find the right amount of pebbles to fill this bottle. I couldn't remember because my Amir did it when he was in the fifth grade, and I don't remember how many bags of pebbles it took to, and it was fish tank pebbles. So I don't remember how many pebbles it took to fill Amir's, but here we are, round two, Joseph Warren. He has to paint the face. He also has to cover the entire tennis bottle, including the bottom. It has to be the picture that he uses. He has to, the clothing fabric material has to be a replica, has to match the picture. The picture, so we're literally making a replica human being out of this. The majority of the pictures that I found of Joseph Warren, he's sitting down. Now, what? Say what now? No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you. No, thank you, ma'am. Um, so, we are still ordering products for said project. We are waiting for the projects to come in, the extra crafts for this particular project. I have to make a trip to the fabric store. I'm not a fabric store type of a girl. I'm not even a going in the store type of a girl. I'm a more of a can I order it online and have it delivered to my door and give you a tip type of girl. Um, Again, that goes with anxiety, panic, but I've been pushing myself to go out more. Hence, let's see, Ziggers, my emotional support pet. So, I do try to get out outside of just taking him out for walks and whatnot, but I'm actually going to the fabric store and get the fabric for that. And if y'all are looking or can see that, again, I have a skin picking issue that's old. This is fresh, but old. Um, so, and that only happens when my anxiety goes high and I flip into a panic. And so, but this is, so I am feeling tired, irritable, but I've been managing the irritableness with the coping techniques that I've learned. I have a rubbing stone that I use. Hold on, let me get it. Show you. This year, it's a polished crystal, but it has like a little indentation, as you can see, and usually I'll sit and I'll rub it and I'll flip it between my hands. Um, and it helps out a lot. Definitely helps out a lot. Helps. So I've definitely been working on things to get help with my various issues and my little road to recovery. So, yeah. But I had no energy to do nothing. I did not have energy. Not even energy. I just did not have it in me. But my kids made it to school. I'm going to. I did all the cleaning yesterday, mopping every room. Today I will vacuum the room. The couches were vacuumed yesterday. Pillows fluffed. So today it is vacuuming all the entire house, front to back. As my grandmother would say, sometimes rooter to the tutor. And yes, I do know the real actual meaning of that. Um, I'm normally a goofy person, but today I'm just fatigued, um, moody, sleepy. Like, I got 5 hours of sleep. Like, wow, great. But yes, so this is what it looks like. I am going to take it easy because normally in these moments I try to push through and then just like ignore the ignore my feelings or the symptoms, and I just push. I normally just ignore all of it and just keep going. And that doesn't work for me in the end because I usually end up crashing early and then I'm up late in my sleep. So I also have a sleep disorder. So my sleep gets thrown off easily. I do take sleeping medication for that. Um, forgot the name of it. Uh, I forgot the name of it, but I take it twice a day. They encourage me to take one in the morning, not morning, but mid morning to get in a quick little nap so that I don't fall out or crash. Because there's times where I'll fall asleep early, and when I say early, usually I've already cooked my kids' meal and I'll crash by 8 o'clock, and I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm wide awoke. So thank God I took a sleeping pill last night because I crashed. I sure did. I cooked ribs for my kids in the air fryer. Not the air fryer, but our crock pot. Tender fall off the bone. I was too tired and too just ugh to eat. So I just made sure that my kids ate, and they had rib tips, French fries. Um, they were full off of that. We were supposed to make strawberry banana yogurt. We bought fresh strawberries. We have vanilla bean yogurt. We have fresh bananas. So we were going to make our own strawberry banana yogurt. I was going to make a strawberry banana smoothie. They were full, didn't want the banana, didn't want the yogurt. I just was exhausted. I was just, I didn't even have it in me to make the smoothie. So naturally, I didn't make the smoothie. Um, I'm still learning YouTube. Um, the editing and all of that. I don't even look at the analytics. If some, because it's a new channel. It's a new channel, so my goal is just figuring out how to work it and how to edit it. Um, Work and edit in there, transfer stuff. You may see me comment on something that I'm watching. I might even flip it around if I'm on my phone. Uh, but this isn't. This won't be a commentary channel. This is just me having a creative outlet, um, a creative space. You may hear my kids in the background. They may inadvertently cross the camera because sometimes I will forget to tell them, like, hey, I may tell them, hey, go that way, and they will go that way, and then come back out a few minutes, hour, or a few moments later, and just do their normal thing. So it's new for all of us. We are all in different phases. Even my 10-year old, my 13-year old, and me is 43. I'm more open. I'm an adult. I can share my story. It's part of healing, the therapy journey, mental health journey. I figured this would help fight some of the stigmas that's out there because people think that people with depression, all we do is just lay in the bed and cry. It's not that. Depression affects how we receive information, how we perceive it, how our brain interprets it. So there is more to it than just feeling sad and crying. There's more to it. It also can trigger other mental health issues if untreated. And the longer it's untreated, the harder it is to get it regulated. And so, yeah, that's what this channel is about. And you are seeing me in my authentic form, except for the headband. Um, but yeah, so that is it for now. Like I said, my plans right now is to go lay back down, to but go get in the bushes of the YouTube. I don't. I don't really be on my social media like that. My friends send me stuff. I may go look at it, but they already know. Like I kind of sort of pulled back from the main forms of social media. Uh, I have a TikTok page. I don't post on there. I don't. Um, I got it during the panorama. Um, it was hilarious. The dance trance was funny. Uh, my knees wasn't bad. I didn't know I had back issues, but I didn't know. I didn't have a name for it. Didn't know what it was. I just thought it was the result of some abuse I took from one of my uncles as a kid. And to this day, that might have still contributed. I don't know, but it is called myofascia pain syndrome. So yeah, I ain't. I, I I'm dropping it like it's low. Like turn the fire. You know how you got the stove and you could turn it on low. Like yeah, like crock pot. How it keep it warm. It like air fryer after it go off and it got the residual heat just there. Yep, you're gonna get some residual old lady movement from me. My knees crack, grind, pop. Yep. Mhm. Hip. Mhm. I done pinched the sciatic nerve twice. That ain't fun. That ain't fun. That ain't fun. Um. So take a quick lay down. Probably won't be able to fall back asleep because my mind is racing on a million billion trillion things, and it isn't that time for me to take any medicine yet. So I am going to do some grounding techniques. Um, I'm going to do my nails, but that will not be till later. Um, I'm a girly girl. I'm not a girly girl, is what I meant to say. I like going to the nail salon, but I don't have the patience. And it makes me anxious. It makes me feel nauseous going in there. I feel like I'm being trapped. It makes me feel claustrophobic, and I ain't never been claustrophobic, but that's the typical feeling that I have going into public places with this panic anxiety disorder. Um, so I got yeah no I I'm not the loan that go from here to there. No, mm-mm. Like give me that much space, like right there, the space that's right there, that much length, and I'm good. I'm good. I got boys. My son is 10. He has a head full of hair. I have to braid his hair. Braid wash. I got hair. How? How do you braid your hair? How do you? It's so many questions that I have, and it's like because my mind it goes and goes and goes to questions can go to some weird, crazy places. So no, and the nails that I'm putting on are some Amazon pre-designed, pre-bought press-on nails. And no, I'm not using the press-on glue. I bought a different brand of glue that works and holds the nails for 2 weeks. And that's my girly girl. That's how I supplement that. Uh, like I said, I'm definitely not a girly girl. I have more jeans. I have dresses, but my my dresses are fitted. There are some dresses are fitted, some are not. But I also have biker shorts. Um, so usually when I'm in a dress, know that I have shorts up under it. And I'm gonna try to find a pair of sneakers to go with the dress. Or some sandals. You want? I don't do heels. I don't know how to walk in heels. At 43 years old, no. That was one of the things of not having a female figure in my life. I did not learn. I did not learn. I got into makeup in my late 30s. Late 30s. I so no. Getting into heels. First time I put on a pair of heels, I was 36 years old. I'm 43. That's the first and last time. Then at my son's, they were enrolled in this program. They're still in the program. They graduated that year, so um, the program is opening up again this year. My kids are doing it. They had a graduation dinner, a graduation ceremony. I wore heels that were 1 inch to 1.5 inch. That's the most that you're gonna get me in, and even that was a danger because I am a clumsy MFer. Clumsy, clumsy. I trip over my own feet. I cannot wear slippers in my house because, again, I will trip. I trip and fall in slippers. Yes, I do. I don't know how. Literally, if I wear socks, mm-hmm, they got to have the grip, and I'm not comfortable because I don't like these because I need full coverage grip. This is not full coverage grip. I even need grip for the heel. Yep. So usually I make sure I pull it back, and there go the grip for the heel. Mm-hmm. I done busted my butt coming down the stairs. I done busted my face going up the stairs. I done tripped over my own feet over nothing. Just clear nothing my feet. I done had house slippers on and tripped in house slippers. My kids look at me and be like, bruh, their reaction is now like 6, 7, 6, and it's like I look at them like 6, 7 just stuck. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I'm old and clumsy, and I'm partially. My kids. I tell them don't ask me how I. Don't ask. Don't ask. I'm triple blind. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nearsighted, farsighted. Yes, I have bifocals. I have reading glasses. If you see me in bright pink that kind of matches these, they're my bifocals. Mm-hmm. Triple blind. Yep, we make a joke out of it. I kind of make a joke out of everything. Some things I don't make a joke out of, but this, yeah, I'm gonna make a joke out of it. Hmm. That's how I get through life. That's how I get through the situations. It took me a long time to accept the fact that I had to have bifocals, and again, that was because my mother wears glasses and hers are bifocals. So yes, it is a lot of trauma and stuff related to my mother. Like my son's birth, his due date was my mom's birthday. I prayed, y'all don't know how hard I prayed to God, how I prayed to God every which way, including Sundays. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Needless to say, he was not born on my mother's birthday. So it was a lot. I even have some body issues. Um, Not the typical kind, the normal stereotypical kind. Um, I used to, when I was young, I developed early, and again, I grew up in a house full of addicts, so constantly I would hear that, oh, your mama had a body until you came around, or your mama was a brick house and then you came. So it made me definitely 100% uncomfortable in my body, and the first chance that I had to get away, like move away out of the city, I did, and I gained weight, and I was happy. 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 I'm 5'3". I weigh 185 pounds. My goal is to get down to 150. That's it. And I even people say that that's not good. It's still overweight. I don't give a shit. I don't feel comfortable in my body at anything less than 150, just because of those issues. So no. Mm-mm. But this video is 43 minutes long. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to upload this. And if you have questions, I'm an open book. Um, I'll answer the questions if I don't feel like they're too forward. Um, but then again, in life, life is forward. What you saw me hitting on was a nicotine bar. I used to smoke cigarettes. My eldest would tell me, "Mom, you would live a longer life if you quit." So I stopped smoking cigarettes, and it took me a minute. I did not use no. I kind of just like it was cigarettes and these. Um, they still have 5% nicotine. Um, it took me a couple of weeks to find the right brand that I liked. I found the right brand that I liked, and when I did, and it's crazy because I just bought a pack of cigarettes and Newports are expensive. And when I found the brand that I like, the current brand that I have now, and it was just like, oh, I like this. I like this. Yes. And the pack of cigarettes that I bought, I had threw away. Literally threw it away. My son was like, "Mommy, but you just bought those." I said, "Well, son, you wanted me to." I was like, "Well, which one you want me to do? You want me to live a happy life, a longer life, or keep smoking those?" And so he just looked at me and walked away. And I've been on Geek Bars, the Geek Max. I've been on this for about. They have different flavors, but I've been smoking this for several years now. My son has not harped on me about having a longer life. I've noticed changes since I've stopped smoking cigarettes. So, yeah. Um, but I'm about to get off of here. Um, do some stuff around the house. Write in my journal. Um, I have workbooks, specific workbooks for the mental health diagnosis. So I'm working those. Um, if you like what you see and you want to see more, like the video, comment, subscribe. Um, Follow me on my journey. Everybody's journey looks different. Everybody handles mental health different. Everybody has different coping strategies. I just want to shed some light on it and how I navigate through it being a single mother with two children, no family support. So that's just me, and that's how um, my hoodie smells like cologne. My son sprayed his cologne on my on my hoodie. But their school allowed them to wear Michigan gear because of the game last night, and so go blue. But son, I'm gonna wash this, and I'm spraying it down with my body spray. I'm reclaiming my hoodie. He likes it because it's big and baggy and comfort, and so do I. So, but you all enjoy your day. Try to find the positiveness in the day because there's always positivity. There's always something positive in the day. You just have to find it, no matter how big or small. You just gotta find it, and sometimes when you don't feel like doing nothing and you get stuff done, but it's not the amount that you want it to be, make peace. Be proud of yourself still. Some accomplishments, some movements is better than none. But you guys have a wonderful day.